Hi, I'm Grace, and like many of us, during lockdown 1, I became obsessed with a little thing called my air fryer. Now, I bought the cheapest air fryer that I could find, and I love it so flipping much, and I use it all of the time. It is so great for one person to quickly cook things, efficiently cook things, less tidying up. It is honestly the love of my life. Now, the other day, before Christmas, our oven broke. So we were looking at other oven options. Now, when I was doing some research about ovens, I came across this wonderful contraption called the Sage Air Fryer. This video is not sponsored, not gifted, anything. I just am fascinated by it. So I saw this Sage Air Fryer and noticed that it had many functions. It has slow cooking, toaster, air fryer, bake. It had so many wonderful functions, and I hate our normal oven because it sucks to bake and cook things. It cooks really badly. So I wanted to try this Sage multi-function cooker because it had such wonderful reviews and literally everyone was raving about it. And I thought maybe it's time to upgrade from our little air fryer and test to see whether this big boy multi-function look like it's come out of heaven air fryer and see if it's worth it. So that's exactly what this video is. It's testing the most fancy air fryer on the market. Okay, we're gonna make our first thing. If you can see here, you've got a light to dark setting, so you can do the toast how you like. So I feel like I want to try all the different settings, but I'm gonna go for medium, because I feel like I like my toast medium. I have only just realised that that actually also has different slicing, so you can have up to 4 slices or however many slices you want. So that will probably change the toasting ability. So that was a bit of a annoyance for me, and I need to try that next time. Pop our toast in. This is on the toast rack. There's different positionings here which says grill, crumpet, air fry, toast. Oh, toast should be here. We're on the wrong rack. We're on the wrong rack for toast. And oh wow, 5 minutes for a piece of toast. That feels quite long. Okay, this light has just hung on and it's got 15 seconds. So we're gonna see. Oh my gosh, it does look like my perfect toast level satisfaction. Wow, it's literally perfect toast level. That is tremendous. I'm just inspecting the toast. So this is what the back of the toast looks like. Proper toasty. And then that's the front. Okay, up next we are going to try the bagel. So we are going to try the cinnamon and raisin bagel, which obviously isn't toast and has a bit of sugar. So I'm going to do it on the standard toast setting, but we'll see how that goes. Let's give it a whirl. I want to see when the light comes on because I don't know if it's a little genius hack for when it gets to 30 seconds so you can see how toasty it is. That is genius! Oh my flipping word! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Oh, just whoop. Okay. The thing is, has it lost its chew in the middle of the bagel? That's the main concern here. Let's give this bagel a try. It stayed so chewy in the middle. Hang on, I can already tell this is a banger. You know, sometimes they go so crispy in the toaster. This hasn't. I then tested out the light and the dark toast setting, and the light one was kind of exactly how I imagined. It was very lightly toasted, but then we came across our first spanner in the works with the dark setting. We might have found our first issue. This was the number 7 dark setting, and it doesn't look that dark to me. What? That's less than the middle one. We take crumpets very seriously. On a Sunday night in particular, a cheese crumpet. I'm gonna try that. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna try. It has a crumpet setting. I mean, is that not fabulous? I love the fact that it has a crumpet setting. Like, why doesn't it have a bagel setting? Or, I don't know, it's just so random with all the products in the world. Why a crumpet? I think that's so brilliant. Oh, 6 minutes. Quite long. Crumpets do take a long time to toast, actually. There is actually an art to making crumpets, so we'll see if this hacks it. So for the next thing we're going to test whilst the crumpet's in the oven, we are going to try out this brioche like custard bread thing I've seen all over TikTok, and people have been doing it in the air fryer, some people have been doing it in their toaster ovens, lots of different variations. But what it is you make like a crevice in a brioche, and then you mix together yogurt, egg, and if you want to add sweetener you can, or if you want to put the maple syrup on top. that's an alternative. I've just seen a lot of hype about it, so we'll see if it lives up to expectations. Lots of people have been putting berries in it, so I might put banana in it because I do like cooked banana. Tesco didn't have any brioche loaves, so what I've got is a brioche bun, which actually might work even better because it will, like, if we push down on the brioche, it creates more of more of a crater. Do you know what I mean? Okay, this is what it looks like. Can you see I've like pushed down all of the middle there? And what we do is we fill it with our little eggy custard filling. This feels so peculiar. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I'm not a big custard lover, but I just really wanted to try it because I've seen it everywhere. Oh, you could add like Nutella. There are loads of variations that you can do with this. Bit of peanut butter. You can mix flavourings in, top it with cinnamon. Okay, the crumpet, as you just heard, has gone off. This looks like perfect crumpet. It could be done a touch more actually, but can you see what you want with a crumpet is when it starts to go like blistery on top. But what I'm actually going to do next is I'm going to put some cheese on this, and then I'm going to use the grill setting and get the cheese all toasty. Okie dokie, let's see what's occurring in our little... Oh, it looks good. Hold up. Can you see how good and melty that's gone? I actually could have the crumpet a bit more toasty, because you know when crumpets aren't quite toasted enough? If you know crumpets, you know. The girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't. But to be honest, that's just a grilled crumpet. It's nothing that groundbreaking. It's not that different to my normal cheese crumpet. Up next, we are going to do the bake setting on these little brioche bread things. I've gone on the bake setting and I'm just going to press start. Oh, it's preheating. You're supposed to preheat it. I forgot. Okay, good to know for next time. Okay, it's been 18 minutes. Yeah, you don't want it too firm. That's got a bit of bounce back. Nice. Okay, let's pop her on a little plate. We're gonna have a go. It does just taste like a little baked custard thing. That is really good. I love that. What a great genius little recipe. I am gonna do a frozen pizza because in my opinion frozen pizzas out of all the like supermarket pizzas are the worst one. I'm not saying they're bad, still like a frozen pizza, but texturally they're my least favourite. So if they make this the nicest, then that'll be great. Like, I still love a frozen pizza. Let's not bash frozen pizzas. They have their time and place. But I just mean, if there was a preference for me, it would be the non-frozen ones. It comes with a little pizza dish. So I'm going to pop this in. 10 to 13, fan 10 to 13. Oh, it's all 10 to 13. So I'm going to put it in for 10 minutes. Into the oven. Now we're on the pizza shelf. Do its thing. 10 minutes has been up and this guy looks crispy as. I hate cutting pizza. It's the worst activity ever. It's so hard to do. Beautiful. Let's see if it tastes any different texturally to it done in the oven. Do you know what I mean by freezer pizzas have like that cardboardy base? It still is kind of a little bit cardboardy. I'm not gonna lie, it isn't a game changer, but it is still good. And it got evenly crispy, which is very important. Okay, I'm gonna go for the old breaded goujons now. I was gonna make some from scratch, but then I just thought, at the end of the day, you want something quick and easy. That's the whole point of an air fryer. So I'll see how it does these chicken goujons, if it makes them restaurant quality or not. Oh, it's loud. It's quite loud. Oh, wow. I feel like you can actually tell how crispy and crunchy they are. Let's give it a look and see if they've gone a bit dry or if they're actually good. The telltale sign of a good little chicken tender is if you don't need any dip with it because they're just so good. They are good. Not dry at all. Oh, and they're fuming hot. I'm very impressed with the air fryer setting. And now we can test something homemade in it. Okay, so for the next thing we're going to test, I actually thought the oven came with a little recipe cards. So I'm going to be using the air fried courgette fries. And we're going to get started making that. So what we have to do first is we have to cut it into little fry shapes and we salt it. and leave it in a colander to drain off all the excess water. We're gonna cut them into wedgies. Little wedgie. Look, by salting them, can you see the water residue that like comes off of them? So now we're gonna pat them down with a kitchen towel. Now, very simply, we put a little courgette chunk in the flour, egg, and then we have our panko breadcrumb mixture here, which is parmesan and seasoning, and obviously the actual breadcrumbs, and we place it in the oiled fryer. Like that. Okay, this is what they look like pre going into the little air fryer. So now I'm going to preheat it because I didn't preheat it last time. Right, I've just put them in. It says air fry for 12 minutes, so I've set the time for 12 minutes. And we'll see how they go. Okay, they have had their 12 minutes that we're supposed to have. So let's see if they've turned out nice and crispy or not. Here is the giant plate of courgette chips. Or zucchini chips, whatever you want to call it. Should we give some a go then? Let's give it a go. I have no idea what this is going to be like. Hot. I think they have sufficiently cooled, so I'm going to give it a go again. What a weird little guy. Who thought it was a good idea to fry courgette? I mean, the outer bit, coating is really nice and crispy, but it's wrong to have such a squidgy, wet vegetable in a crisp coating. Okay, up next we are going to be testing out another recipe that they have suggested, which is air fried apple turnovers. So I have prepped all of the apples, and now we're going to add all the other bits that we need to. So we need to go in with some sugar. The thing is, right, I don't know why I'm making this because I hate stewed fruit, but at the same time I just think there's something about baking stewed fruit things that I find very, very pleasing. By the way, I know the kitchen is a mess. I am aware of that, and I will be tidying it, don't you worry. But you know when you just get in the flow, like, oh, I was like, I need to make these apple turnovers. By the way, that helps optimum juice retrieval from a lemon, in case you wanted to know. So oh, how I wish I liked stewed fruit, because it smells absolutely beautiful. I cannot explain how good this smells, but it's had its 10 minutes. They're all stewed and looking absolutely delicious. So now we are going to assemble. We've got our puff pastry. They say to cut it into 4s, and then you put all of the filling in it. Okay, so the air fryer has preheated. It said to preheat at 165 on the air fryer setting, which I've done. And these guys, I have made them into rectangles because the puff pastry sheet was a rectangle. 3 slits, and I've egg washed them, and I've put the sprinkled sugar on there. And now it says to put them in the air fryer for 25 minutes. Okay, the timer has just gone off. It's been the exact amount of time they need. Oh wow, they look great! Okay, up next we are doing another little test. So I am going to be trying out the slow cooking setting, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be testing it against the oven and the slow cooking setting. So I've got the exact same meal, and we're going to try it out and see if there's any difference in texture, and I'm going to serve that, and then for the family we're going to have the apple pie things, apple turnovers, but made them into rectangles because the puff pastry didn't allow, for dessert. So here we have the one that's done in the slow cooker and the one that's not, and then this is the one that's done in the oven and the one that's done, and they kind of look exactly the same. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. Here it is.
Scrummy.
Happy. Okay, so it's been a few days since I made the lamb shank, and in all honesty there wasn't much difference between the oven and doing it in the slow cooker. The textures were basically exactly the same because it had a low slong cook in the oven as well. But for some reason it does feel easier to do it in the new oven, in the little Sage, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because it's smaller, more compact, I don't know, it just feels easier to do it in there than a full oven, but I have no idea why in my brain that is. However, The apple pies had a lot of praise. My family absolutely loved them being done on the air fry setting, and I feel like I need to share the recipe with you, but I've just realised, oh no, I think I've lost the recipe book pamphlet. It must be able to be found online somewhere, right? Oh my gosh, where has it gone? Okay, well, I need to find the recipe for that online because my family were all absolutely raving about them. They even had them cold the next day and they said that they were absolutely phenomenal. So I highly recommend that for the air frying. Its air frying quality is great because it has so much more space than this little guy. Like this guy only has that, and that's just enough for one person, which is why I love it for me. But this, you've got like a whole roasting tray amount in here. It's a really good size. So I do really like this, and I won't lie, it is my new pride and joy. I do love it with my whole heart, and I will solely be using that forevermore. Like, I will say, obviously, the main drawback of the pizza setting, but they actually sell a pizza stone, like a proper pizza stone. So I'd be interested to know if that had any effect on the pizza quality. Maybe I'll test that in another video. And obviously the slow cooking isn't that different from just cooking it slow in the oven. But all in all, the air fryer setting and the toast setting have me sold. And if you want me to try testing anything else out on it, let me know. I'll do that. I love you all loads. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!